All right, guys, so we are starting the build for the Gen 3 Sienna build. This one's going to be a little bit different, and we got the foundation of what we're starting here. So let me kind of walk you guys through what's going on here. So I'll get in as we get building. I'll kind of talk about how everything else is going to lay into place. But we're going to start off with what we're building here. So this is going to be portion of the bed platform. So the way that this is going to work is like this. As you guys can see, this is roughly kind of rectangular with an open front. This is going to be a couch that sits right here. Okay, now the reason that we build it this way is we're going to have 500-pound drawer slides there, and we're basically going to build one big long drawer. Now this is 6 foot from the end to the end. Of course, if you were building your own, you can make it longer or shorter depending on your needs, but 6 foot for me is just about right. So what's going to happen is that drawer is going to slide in. I'll have a walnut frame. So if you guys have watched my other builds and you saw kind of how the beds are made in those, there'll be a walnut frame, and then the cushion itself will sit down into the frame. And if this is not making sense to you, don't stress. As we move on with the videos, this will make more sense. Up here will be a backrest. That backrest will sit roughly about level with that plastic there, okay? And it's going to have piano hinges. So if you look at this, it's going to have a 22-inch wide seating section that runs all the way across here. And then above it will be about a 15-inch tall back that's hinged on piano hinges. This whole platform will sit on a drawer, which is mounted to this box, which this box will be mounted firmly to the bed or to the van itself, okay? And then the way that this will work is when it's closed, you will have a couch, 22-inch wide seating area, 15-inch tall back, 6 foot long. When you want a bed, you will pull out the drawer slides. This will extend over this. What was the backrest will fall flat with the top of this, and then you'll have a bed surface that will roughly come out to here. And if you want a couch, you roll it in. I'll talk about why I'm going to do that later, but right now we're just talking about the build, okay? Now, one thing that you got to know about these 3rd gen Siennas is the floor is not flat. Now, on a 2nd gen Sienna, which looks like that one, the floor is flatter, okay? So it's just a little workaround if you're working with a 3rd gen Sienna. What it is back here, underneath the carpet, there's a bump. And then, of course, there's a bump right there for the pressure release vent system. I don't know if that's the right term, but I think you guys know what I'm talking about. Now, when I made this box, obviously this is all the same. And if you guys are curious, this is 9 and 3/8 of an inch tall, this box section here, okay? When this was sitting in here, this front section sloped downwards, okay? So what we did is, me and my friend, we eyeballed it, okay? What I learned from my last build is if you roughly eyeball it to where it's level with that transition there between the dark plastic and the light plastic, that works out fine. So then we took a 3-inch piece right here, because that height is variable. We put it in place and we threw a couple brad nails and we threw it in there. What that allowed us to do is we built this box universal in size in terms of its height, but then we were able to position it in the van. We cut around the vent there because that was a very specific piece of plastic that was sticking up. And then we made a series of adjustments, shimmed it up, and then we put in these boards, tacked those in, and that allowed us to get our level plane. Now, you see this cross piece right here? This just provides a little bit of racking strength to this whole structure. Not super necessary, but we did go ahead and shim it up in a few places down here. So this is where we're at right here. This is the foundation of this build. All right, so here we are making the drawer, which will also serve as the part of the bed that extends out from the frame right here. So that drawer, the drawer slides will bolt or screw to there and to here. and that drawer will slide in just like this. So this is what we're building. Now all of this will be storage inside of here. The next shot, you guys will see I'm gonna put a 1/4-inch piece of plywood around this to form the bottom. This will be the bottom of it. And this is the part that will extend out when the bed is in its full position, and then extend in via the drawer slides to make the couch platform. All right, so we got the drawer and the sliding function, the bottom on it, and it's largely done outside of when we actually start assembling it. The bottom is just some 1/4-inch. This is actually Luan. That's all I could find, but that would be fine. It's essentially unidirectional plywood that was stapled on, and then some glue. You guys notice these straps across here? Because this is a large sliding piece, I'll be sliding on drawer slides. We want it as square and straight as possible. So when you are squaring up a square or a rectangle shape, you measure diagonally, right? And so this side was a little long, so I just put a ratchet strap, gave it a click or two. And then this happens with plywood. There was a little bit of a bow on these outside pieces. When I assembled it, I made sure that the bow was, you know, extending outward, and then I just threw a clamp or a ratchet strap on there and tightened it up. Then I put the bottom on. Like I said, it's got glue and 1.5 inch 1/4 round staples. Actually, you can see I missed the board right there, and I got one sticking through. But you can imagine that's going to be plenty of holding power for this right here. All right, so this is just a discussion on mounting points. Now, I want to make it clear the way that I'm going to mount this entire bed platform, and I'm going to show you that now, is not going to be sufficient if this was in here by itself. However, there will be walls, there'll be a whole support structure in that back storage section down there where the stow-go seats there will be, that will bolt to this. So I'm going to show you these support structures, how I'm going to tie this in, but this is not the only thing that will tie this in at the end. So we have these fixed points right here, which were where the seats bolted down. You can see another one right there a little closer. So what I did is I just took a piece of hardwood and ran it across, and I'm going to run U-bolts through here to attach it down here. And then over on this side, this is a trolley for what the seats were. I pulled it forward. This little tab right here stops it this way, and then see this bolt right here? Let's zoom in here. I'm going to run a U-bolt around that, and then that's going to come through right down there, and there'll be of course a plate with nuts on it, and that will tie it to here. And then, you know, again, just to reiterate, those 3 attachment points in and of themselves would not be strong enough if this bed was in just by itself. However, there will be other structures in the camper that will actually attach to this body that will be the final hold down point, but these will just be the hold down points while I'm building everything else to keep it sturdy. All right, so there she is mounted in the van. Now, for temporary purposes right now, because this side of this is hanging over into the recessed area where the stow and go seats would normally be, I just stapled in this little support structure. That will go away because there will be an entire structure that sits underneath it and above it and will tie in with it. So it's hard to imagine, so just bear with me. But this will have a full cushion that goes all the way around, and it will have a backrest that comes up like this, okay? Now, you see these little stops right here. This locks it in place. So what you would do is you would loosen those up, and then this whole bed would slide out like this. You guys see that? And you can get this out to about 42 inches. Now, there will be walls that go vertically here, and there'll be a little cabinet that goes vertically here. So those are going to be the stops. So it's about 42 inches wide. Now, remember, when this was closed up, the backrest, which would have been, you know, leaning up against here, when this opens, the backrest comes down and fills in this void and makes the big bed. Now, let me show you something to kind of put in context how this will work. Let's go to the 2nd gen build. Now, I don't have a retractable bed on this, but I think, get some lights on in here, the same concept will come into play. Okay, so you guys see two different kinds of wood here. This is the walnut, this is the cedar. For the sake of me trying to explain this, imagine the cedar is the plywood side of that box that you saw, okay? Now, the way that these cushions work is, I made a walnut frame that goes all the way around, and on the inside there's a little extension that the cushion itself rests on when it's shut, okay? This whole frame structure, the whole walnut frame structure, now this one doesn't go in and out like the other one, but this entire walnut frame structure will be constructed, okay? And that will hold the cushions and all that kind of stuff. And then that will actually affix to the top of this drawer slide, okay? Now I'm gonna put a little trim around the drawer side to raise the height of this drawer slide just Now, one final note on this is you guys notice that this is partitioned in 3 parts, but it's recessed in. This will be a massive, it's basically, think of it like a massive drawer, okay? Now, to access and store and retrieve your items in here, the cushion will lift up and down, and this drawer will essentially move in and out, right? Because we talked about how the whole superstructure of the cushion supporting part, I guess, is actually going to sit on this drawer shell, or on this drawer itself. But I mean, this is a significant amount of storage. This is about 7.5 inches deep, and I think it's about 25 deep this way, and probably, I don't know, like 5 foot, like 68 inches or something long. So I mean, this will frankly be the bulk of the storage in this build. I mean, I'm going to have cubbies and some other stuff, but I mean, this is frankly a significant amount of storage. All right, so this might start making a little bit more sense. So right here, these are walnut. I just used simple fine threaded pocket screws and glue. Got them squared up. The bottom one right here, which is 22 inches wide, will be the seat portion. And this upper one right here, sorry, is 20 inches tall, and that will be the backrest. This will start making more sense. So this is the large frame, which will be for the bed portion. So this is what the bottom of the frame was, okay? So that's going to be flipped over and attached right here, okay? So the upper part, which will be facing upwards, will look like this. So see how this is recessed? And that will go all the way around the rim of this. And there'll be some center supports too. So when the cushion sits in there, it will sit inside of this recess and be held in place. All right, guys, so we'll end this video here. It's actually getting quite long. But the only things I have left to do is just do some finish sanding around the frame. I'm going to round off the edges, and then I'll actually mount it to the drawer and add in the piano hinges there. This would be in its couch format, as you guys can see, to kind of mirror or to match the angle of the rear seat. I went ahead and just recessed that side of the backrest. Totally worked fine. Of course, when it's in bed configuration, it'll be a little bit cut off, but that's a minor adjustment in my eyes. But turned out pretty well. The next step will be finalizing this and then moving on to making the rest of the camper. Thanks for watching.